It's important to talk about spiritual burnout and this idea that we have to be positive all of the time, because I think that that is ultimately incredibly harmful to our growth, and it takes away from the importance of having emotions, being a human, having this physical experience. And I'm just going to share a little bit about that, about my personal growth, and share some wisdoms that I have for you regarding that. There have been so many times when I've been going through a difficult feeling, and like I have the voice in my head that says, well, you have to be positive, find a way to get out of it. But then there's this much stronger voice in my head that's like, I don't want to, like, I don't care. I will get myself up, I will turn on a video or turn on some sort of positive audio, and it is like, it makes things worse. There's something in me that's like, shut up, oh my God, I don't care, yeah, we get it, be positive, but I don't feel good. And I don't feel like trying to feel good. And that set me on the path of, let me dig deeper into this. There's something for me to learn here. There's something that I need to understand in this emotion, because I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. It doesn't matter how much you believe in positivity, how optimistic that you try to be, life isn't always perfect. Life is never perfect. So we have to learn how to suffer through those difficult emotions instead of trying to push them away. If we continue to sweep everything under the rug all of the time, then we're never uncovering the lessons, and we're not paying attention to the signals that the universe is giving us. Our bodies are this amazing instrument, this amazing energetic instrument, and every sensation that we have is an intuitive communication with our inner being. And so we have to learn how to listen. And when we cover our ears every time we feel mad or sad, we're not opening ourselves up to a deeper experience of life. The purpose of life is to feel it. We say anger is bad, sadness is bad, but they are just as equally important as the other positive emotions that we have. Positive. Instead of labeling our negative emotions as negative, perhaps we should look at them as just different. They're just different emotions. They're not bad. I feel like there is a positive side to anger. There's a negative side to anger. There's a positive side to sadness. There's a negative side to sadness. Everything has duality. There's a positive side to happiness, and there's a negative side to happiness. If you're always happy, you're always content, you're never pushed to grow further. And looking from the perspective that I have now, that life is just one big, beautiful happening, it is truly a magnificent creation, this divine experience that we have. We should not be so critical of the suffering. We have to learn how to embrace the suffering and treat it kindly and treat ourselves kindly through it, because that is the wisdom of love. We talk about love, and it's not necessarily just being nice. It's about finding the beauty and appreciation in everything, looking at what we are quick to call ugly or negative or bad, and seeing the good. I think it's about finding the profound purpose in the difficult moments in life that we should focus on, instead of being so quick to jump to, well, don't focus on the bad, look at the good only. I've come to a conclusion that it is about finding the beauty and the purpose in both the easy and the difficult. I think that there should be a new idea of positivity, and that is to find harmony, peace, and balance within all areas and aspects of our emotional states. And that can only come with the emotional intelligence of sitting with your higher self. And when I say sitting with your higher self, I mean growing enough to be able to sit in your heart space and to feel sadness without being in despair, or feeling anger without being a rageful person. Because the honest truth of it is that we are human beings and we feel things. We feel things differently. Certain things trigger us differently. We all have different paths and different combination, a cocktail of experiences that make us react the way we do. But when we learn to respond and not to react, and to use those signals to inform us instead of control us, that is sort of the space where no emotion can be bad or good. You're just a great communicator with your inner being. And to me, that is being a positive person. Being a good communicator with your emotions. If I could compare it to my personal experience, it would be something like, oh, I feel angry right now. Why do I feel angry? Well, this happened. Well, why does that make me feel angry? Well, because when something like that happens, I don't feel in control. Okay, well, maybe we have to let go of that control a little bit. Maybe we have to accept that something has happened and you don't have control. And as irritating as that might be, it's okay to just sort of allow that. And then you just sort of release it. And it's important for us to understand what releasing emotions means, because I thought that it just meant forgetting about it. Just let it go. Like, let it go. Forget about it. And once again, like sweeping it under the rug, but it's really not. It's about feeling it and letting it take its course and be released out of yourself. That is only when it is truly processed. And then you're able to move on from it. Because when we fight it and we resist it, it's more like trying to bottle it up, trying to hold bubbles inside a boiling pot. That air wants to escape, it wants to be released, and so we have to allow it to be processed. And if we don't fully feel what we feel, I'm not saying react to what you feel, but I'm saying feel and investigate. And sometimes you don't even have to investigate. You know, you don't have to do that. As long as you understand that it will pass, just let it take its course and breathe through it, and you'll be able to release it. Because life is ever changing and nothing lasts forever. No emotion lasts forever. Think of the worst, darkest time that you've ever been in. You laughed again, you smiled again. Someone once said that their goal is not to be happy, it's to be at peace. And I didn't like that when I heard it. I didn't like it because I felt that happiness was the goal. But truly, peace is more valuable than happiness, because peace can be found in any emotion. Because peace is, I feel like, our most restful state of being. And so if you can find peace in whatever emotion that you are feeling, it is a wiser thing to pursue than the state of happiness. It's true that we don't want to be in a low vibrational state. You know, we want to feel good, but it's not about not feeling bad. It's about not beating yourself up when you feel bad. And I've learned to honor my feelings. If I don't feel well, I say it's okay. I'll just hang out for a minute, you know, I'll just take it easy. I'll have some tea, which sounds really nice right now because it's starting to snow and it's kind of cold. But it's like finding that peace and not pushing myself to be something that I'm not, or not ready yet to honestly, authentically move into. So I still think that it's good to have a mindset of how can I be more positive and how can I improve, but don't force it in a way that would be counterproductive to your growth and in your emotional health and your mental health. Telling someone who's desperately sad to cheer up is so unhelpful. Even if it's you telling yourself that, it's unhelpful. Learn how to find peace in suffering. That is the most positive way that we can move through life. Accept it, find the peace, process it, learn what you can, and let it be released. And keep moving. We have to keep moving. I think that's a beautiful way to honor this human experience. And if we were to take a look back at our lives after it was all over and see how short and sweet it was, truly, from eyes outside of the individual that we feel ourselves to be, we would just smile and say, oh, if I would have known. Remember when I was doing that thing and it felt so terrible and I was just so miserable? How little I understood. You know, because we're so focused in, we're so zoomed in on ourselves, on our lives. It's not bad. We're not bad people for that. But if we can meditate, zoom out a little bit, put everything into perspective, there's room for that appreciation. There's room to relax a little bit and not take everything so seriously. We can laugh a little bit at ourselves, a lot of it sometimes, and realize that our suffering isn't any different than our prosperity. It's just how it feels. Life is life. Suffering is life. Prosperity is life. And life is beautiful, so it all must be beautiful. And when we seek to find the peace and the beauty in it all, it stops controlling us, and we're able to have a deeper connection to our experience. So that's just a little message that I wanted to share in case you've felt the effects of spiritual burnout, just tired of constantly feeling like you have to be an upbeat, positive, smiley face person. You don't. It doesn't take away from the growth that you've done. It doesn't take away from the beauty in your spirit and in your heart. You've got a whole gang of geese cheering for you, man. I'm cheering for you too.